week 8 of the fantasy basketball season, and here's a few forwards on the rise this week. The first guy is Giannis Antetokounmpo of the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis, he was the first overall pick in some fantasy drafts this year, and on the season, he's ranked 26th in fantasy basketball, 28.1 points a game, 11.1 rebounds, 5.5 assists, 1 steal a game, 1.2 blocks a game, 63% from the foul line and 56% from the field. So Giannis, another MVP type of season with the stats here. This guy's a total stud, but the last week or two, he's really kicked it into the next gear, averaging 33.5 points a game, 10.8 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 1.8 blocks, 75% from the foul line, which is pretty solid for Giannis, who's obviously in the 60s most of his career, and 54% from the field. Giannis, he's a stud, no doubt, but the last few games is where he's really gotten it going. February 6th at Cleveland, 24 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 3, 63% from the line, 53% from the field. February 8th at Denver, 30 points, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks, 2 threes, 75% from the foul line, 47% from the field. And then February 10th at Phoenix, he went off even though they lost at the end. 47 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 81% from the foul line. And he did have 21 attempts in that game, so that's pretty impressive for Giannis to shoot 81% from the foul line in this ball game and 65% from the field. So Giannis, the only knock on him is his foul shooting and his three-point shooting. And if this guy gets it down, forget it. He's going to get an extra 10, 15 points a game if he could hit a few more threes and a few more foul shots. But the last couple weeks, he's really jumping up the ranking board with these huge ball games. He's a walking double-double, and it wouldn't surprise me if he wins his third MVP in a row if he keeps improving on these stats and the Bucks keep winning ball games. But now he's in mid-season form, I believe, with the NBA season 30 games in right now, and he's definitely rising up the ranking boards. The second forward rising up the boards is Jimmy Butler of the Miami Heat. Butler, he was out for 2 or 3 weeks with the protocols and all that stuff, but now he's come back and he's playing well on the season. He's ranked 101 in fantasy basketball, 19.5 points a game, 7.2 rebounds, 7.1 assists, 1.8 steals, 44% from the field, 86% from the line. But the last couple weeks, he's really got it going as well. Ranked 32 in that time, 22.6 points a game, 8.6 rebounds, 8.6 assists, 1.4 steals, 84% from the foul line, 43% from the field. And the last 3 games, solid performances, including almost 3 triple-doubles in that time for Butler. February 7th at New York, 17 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists, just missing that triple-double by 1 assist. Then versus New York again, February 9th, 26 points, 8 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 rebounds off the triple-double. And then last night in Houston, a huge ball game for Butler, getting the triple-double, 27 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 1 3, 90% from the foul line, 40% from the field. To Jimmy Butler, he looks 100% healthy, and he's maybe needed that rest that he was off 2 or 3 weeks because he looks rejuvenated, and he's putting up similar stats like he did in the crazy playoff run for the Heat last season, and he's definitely jumping up and rising up the ranking boards right now. The third forward rising up the ranking boards is Bogdanovic of the Utah Jazz. He started off the season struggling, but right now he's really gotten it going as Bojan, hitting threes, and he's playing on a great Utah team. On the season, he's ranked 110 on the year. It's 15.9 points a game, 4 rebounds, 2.2 assists, 0.4 steals a game, 2.8 threes, 85% from the foul line, 42% from the field. But the last couple weeks, he's ranked 23rd in this time with 23.6 points a game, 4.7 rebounds, 2.7 assists, 4.1 threes, 93% from the foul line, and 55% from the field. So Bogdanovic, we know he was always a sharpshooter and a pretty decent defender as well. I remember him guarding LeBron James in one playoff series when he was on Indiana. But anyway, this is fantasy basketball, and he's producing right now, scoring the basketball more. His percentages is going up. His three-point shots made per game have gone up, and the last couple games he's been good. February 5th at Charlotte, 31 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 7 threes, 66% from the field, 100% from the line. At Indiana, February 7th, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. And then versus Boston, February 9th, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 2 threes. So Bogdanovic, he's been a big part of this great season for the Utah Jazz so far, where they've won, it seems like 19 out of 20, some crazy number like that. He's hitting threes, he's making plays, and he's giving fantasy owners decent rebound stats as well. So he's helping out in about 4 or 5 categories. And hopefully it continues for Bogdanovic, because he's been a decent player throughout his career. The next forward on the rise is Pascal Siakam of the Toronto Raptors. Siakam, he was in a little bit of a slump for a stretch of weeks, but now the last week or two, he's really got it going as Siakam on the season. He's ranked 54th in fantasy basketball, 20.6 points a game, 7.5 rebounds, 4.4 assists, 1.1 steals, 1.2 threes, 78% from the foul line, and 46% from the field. But the last 2 weeks, he's ranked 17th in this time in fantasy ball, 25.4 points a game, 6.3 rebounds, 4 assists, 1.8 steals, 1.4 threes a game, 80% from the foul, 51% from the field. So Siakam, the last few games, he's really been on a tear, and he's back into form, it seems like he was last season. February 8th at Memphis, 32 points for Siakam, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 threes, 61% from the field. February 10th at Washington, another big game for him, 26 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. And then last night at Boston, in a tough loss, 23 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 threes for Siakam. And he was 57% from the field. So Siakam, he's playing at a high level. He was just going into a little bit of a slump, but the last 2 weeks, he's really gotten things going after missing a couple games back-to-back with a little lagging injury. But now Siakam, he's in mid-season form. He's the man over there, I believe. Him and Fred VanVleet are the best players on this Toronto team. And right now, Siakam, he's playing out of his mind. And hopefully it continues here, because he was a player I was high on coming into the fantasy drafts, ranking him in the top 30. And right now, he's playing like a top 20 player. And the fifth and final forward on the rise this week is Zion Williamson of the New Orleans Pelicans. Zion Williamson, I feel like he's a forgotten guy for some reason. But this season, he keeps chugging along, and he's playing well. On the season, he's ranked 55th with 23.8 points a game, 7 rebounds, 3 assists a game, a steal, 69% from the foul line, which needs to improve, and 60% from the field. But the last few weeks, he stepped it up with ranked 41 in that time with 24 points a game, 6 rebounds, 5 assists he's given, 1.3 blocks, 75% from the line, which is an improvement, and 62% from the field. So Williamson, we know he's a freak of nature. We know he's a great player, and he just has to develop an outside shot, shoot better from the foul line, and just avoid injuries. If he avoids injuries, this guy could score at will. In the last few games, we've seen big games out of him. February 6th, 29 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks, 71% from the field. February 9th versus Houston, 20 points, 5 boards. He did give you 7 assists, which is big, and a steal. And February 10th at Chicago, 29 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal, 66% from the field. So Williamson, he's getting better. He's becoming more efficient, and his minutes, they're going up as well. He's played 30-plus minutes in 3 out of 4 games now, which is a good sign. I know Williamson, he's a young kid. He should be playing a lot of minutes, and Karl Malone even criticized Williamson for that he should be playing 40-plus minutes a game. But a guy with this athleticism and that freakish build, that's a lot of wear and tear on the body, and we saw it last season. But it's good to see him healthy. hopefully he stays healthy, and if he could develop, like I said earlier, a jump shot and become a better free throw shooter, which he's been improving the last few games, sky's the limit for Williamson, and he'll definitely rise up the rankings even more than he has already. So that's a few players rising up the rankings here in Week 8 of the fantasy basketball season.